Hello and welcome to ITIQ Web Publishing. I'm Carly Gurman, and in this video we're going to briefly go over the syllabus. You should read the syllabus from beginning to end before you start the course, but we're just going to hit the high points in this video so it's not too long. So it's an online course that will be using Canvas. You should have already received the email invitation to the course and accepted it, created a username and password, and then you can access the class by going to uk.instructure.com. Dr. Eggers is the faculty member on the course, but I am Carly Gurman, and I'll be your instructor, and I'll be your primary contact. So if you ever have any questions, concerns, anything, just email me at carly.gurman@ukwy.edu. My phone number is here as well, but it's much faster to just get to me through email. You can leave a message, but it might be a few days before I get to it. So just send me an email. I don't have set office hours, but I'm more than happy to set up an appointment with you. So just email me a day or time that works for you if you want to meet, and we'll set it up. You can read through the course description. These are the topics. Each week you'll do a different topic. There's no prerequisites. Just make sure that you're comfortable using a computer in a basic manner and surfing the web. You don't need to have any programming or web design skills for this class. This is very basic. But you do at least need to know how to open files and save files and check your email and things like that. You can read through the outcomes and the goals. There are no real required materials. You don't have to buy a textbook or anything. Everything that you'll need is in the Canvas class. You do need to make sure that you sign up for a Gmail account of some sort, either the @g.ukwy.edu, which you can set up through Account Manager on UK's website, or you can just get a regular old Gmail account by just type in Gmail into Google, and I'm sure it'll ask you to sign up. It's really quick and free. So you do need to have that. It'd be good to have Microsoft Word so that you can type up your documents. If you don't have it already, you can download it for free at download.ukwy.edu. For the course activities, there's 5 course modules that are broken into little pieces, and the whole module should take you a few hours each week. Most everything in this class is due on Fridays at 11:59 p.m., so right before midnight, except for the final presentation and the simulation assignment part 2, which are your last 2 assignments. Those are due 5 p.m. on the last day of class, which is Wednesday, December 12th, I believe. You'll see it later on in the syllabus. But please note, do not wait till the last minute to start these. It's due at midnight on Friday, but I won't be checking my email, past 7 or 8 o'clock on Friday. So if you wait till the last minute and you run into some trouble and you try to email me at 10 o'clock on a Friday, I'm probably not going to get it until Saturday morning. So just make sure you give yourself plenty of time for these modules. So here's the actual breakdown of the point values. You can look at that. The weekly exercises, which are 10% of your grade, are little quiz type exercises that are multiple choice, true, false, things like that. They're open book or notes though, so I don't really think of them as a quiz. They're more like a worksheet for you to work through. So once you've read the material, just work through the worksheet. You can refer back to the material as you need to. And you must get a 90% before you can move on. So if you don't do well the first time, you can keep taking it until you get at least a 90%. You might as well go ahead and try to get a 100 because you can take it as many times as you need. But it's all of them together are worth 10% of your grade. There's 5 of them. For the first week, Module 1, you'll be doing a writing assignment. So the assignment's in the module. It just has a few questions for you to write about and about 250 to 500 words. The second module, you'll be creating a wiki, and you'll also use Google Docs. So you'll create a wiki, and you'll write about your experience with wikis, Google Docs, and some discussion tools. For the HTML module, you'll actually create a very basic website using HTML. And then for the what's called WYSIWYG, or what you see is what you get, module, you'll use Google Sites to create another website, and then the final module you'll create a blog using Blogger. Extra credit opportunities, there's 2 right off the bat. There's a permission survey, which just basically says whether or not you're okay with us showing your work on our website. If You can put yes or no, either way, it doesn't matter to us. And then the discussion board, if you just put a little paragraph about yourself as an introduction, both of those you'll get 5 points. There may be other extra credit opportunities that come up throughout the semester later on. It's a typical grading scale, 90 to 100 percent is an A, or 900 to 1,000 points. Course policies, just read through these. Again, assignments are due by 11:59 p.m. on the date except for the last day of class, which is they're due at 5 p.m. Make sure you don't wait till the last minute. Everything needs to be turned in on time. If you have a university-approved excuse, you're sick, doctor's note, or you have a death in the family or something like that, if you have a legitimate reason, just let me know, and I'll accept the late work with a 25% deduction, but this is at my discretion. I forgot, or I was busy, are probably not legitimate reasons. So just make sure you give yourself plenty of time. You have a week for each of these assignments, and you won't have any trouble with that. If you have technical difficulties, you can call 218-HELP. That's the UKIT help desk. Just read through this. Again, just make sure that there's not really attendance, but make sure that you're keeping up with the class, that you're turning things in on time, that if you do need, you have a doctor's excuse or something, just let me know beforehand. Absolutely no plagiarism. Be careful about this. It's really easy to just copy and paste off a website. Maybe you're talking about some website in your writing assignment and you just copy and paste a couple lines from it. That is plagiarism. So make sure that you either write in your own words, or if you do copy and paste, make sure you cite it as work that you are citing. So be very careful about that. Don't copy off each other. Be nice to each other. Down in these online behavior policies, don't harass anyone or use foul language in your posts. This is, academic level writing. Just because it's an online class doesn't mean that you can use texting language or foul language. I'm going to scroll back up a little bit. If you have a disability, just let me know. We'll do anything to try to accommodate that. If you're trying to take it as pass-fail or an audit, let me know, because since there's no actual attendance, I need to know that you are actually working through the content. So just make sure you contact me if you're doing either of those. This part's some minimum technology requirements. Just go through these to make sure your computer is up to date and ready to go for the class. And then this is the course schedule. So you can read through this. The first couple days of class are just time for you to explore the site, read the syllabus, watch these videos, and then each week after that you'll have something due. You have 2 weeks to do the web publishing, the HTML section. So that is a little bit of a longer section, and it falls on Thanksgiving break. So you have 2 weeks to do that, but make sure you take advantage of that. If I were you, I would go ahead and get it over with before Christmas break, and that way you don't have to worry about it. And then the rest of the time, you're back on track. And then the final, during finals week, it's due Wednesday, December 12th. And you'll get some extra credit, 10 points extra credit if you turn it in by December 10th, which is that Monday. So getting your final assignment in early will help you out. So if you have any questions at all, just email me. My email address is in this syllabus, and I hope you enjoy the class.